Yeah, bro, Mani. What's up?
Aniket, where are you?
I was just working on my data mining project. What happened?
Bro, I'm at the parking lot. You have to come here, bro. There's a problem.
Yeah, I'll be right. Okay. Yeah. See you in a while.
Okay, bye.
Hey Manmeet, what's up, bro?
Hey, Aniket, bro, what's up?
I'm good. What happened?
Bro, I'll show you, bro. Come, yeah. I was parking my car right here, and then I bashed it into the wall, bro. See this dent, bro. See here.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's major.
I know. I gotta fix it, and it's very expensive to fix this.
Ah,
Bro.
do you have insurance?
I have an insurance, but my insurance does not cover this cost.
We're gonna make a story then.
Yeah.
We can make a beautiful story out of this, and we can easily trick the insurance company.
But isn't it fraud to do that?
It's not fraud until proven fraud.
Okay, bro. Let's do it.
Greetings. Our topic for this project is car insurance fraud detection, and we are a group of two members, Aniket Pandey and Manmeet Singh Khanna. Understanding the problem. In this diagram, we have a representation of our data. 1 represents fraud claims and 0 represents genuine claims. As we see, the company wants to reduce the loss during these fraudulent transactions, and there is a cost for every claim that takes place, and that depends on the representative and the type of representative which has to be sent to verify the fraud claim. Analytical models can reduce this cost by a very significant amount. Lack of fraud data makes classification very challenging as it is very few, and fraudulent data claims may be classified as genuine as well.
As seen in the graph, middle-aged people of 31 to 35 years of age are more likely to be involved in a fraud claims. 12% of all the utility vehicles with insurance policy type all perils, which covers all the damages and risk, were at a higher proportion of making a fraud claims. Single middle-aged people of age ranging between 31 to 35 years of age who had car older than 5 years were at more risk of making a fraudulent case. We also observed that person with no past claims, as in who has made no previous claims for the insurance, was at more likely to make a fraud claim.
While coming here, we made two types of models, which were neural network based and tree based algorithms, which were XGBoost and Random Forest. They all were having major issues of overfitting, and as compared to neural networks, the tree based approach had a little less problem, but they were also overfitting to a certain extent. As seen in this diagram, we see that the fraud data in this image isn't an outlier to genuine claims, making outlier detection algorithms inadequate. Oversampling was a method which we thought of earlier, but oversampling this data was also creating a lot of problems which related to overfitting the data model, as the fraud data was way too less as compared to genuine data.
To overcome this problem, we came up with a solution, and following are the steps we followed. First, we started with pre-processing the data, where we removed the NaN values by numerical values. The next step was feature engineering, wherein we added extra features to the dataset to get a more accurate result of our prediction. We added a claim gap feature where the days between when the accident took and when the claim was made was calculated. The other feature had the percent of claim amount and the price of the vehicle. Data resampling. We came up with a solution to do cluster centroid. We used random undersampler to make link and synthetic minority oversampling techniques. The next step was applying multiple models to train our dataset and get a prediction. We used SVM, LGBoost, XGBoost, and Random Forest. Out of these all the algorithms, LGBoost was the best and gave a better performance with least false positives. The prediction was based on the maximum number of probability of each, either false or true. Thank you.